There's this magic that happens when you stand in front of a string orchestra. It's amazing when you see a master string player control a note from the beginning to the end, the way that they initiate the sound. When you combine 50 people doing that, it's magical. These musicians are listening to each other and responding to each other. I guess that's just one of the most beautiful things about strings, is that it gets very close to that human need for a collective expression. So strings are, for me, like the most versatile and the most powerful. They're the sort of soul of the orchestra. They have the most storytelling potential. And that's what we're trying to do as film composers, of course, is tell stories through music. And we're so lucky that we get to work with these live musicians. Hi, I'm Ben Wallfisch. We're here at Teldex in Berlin. I'm just so excited to be here because for the longest time, I've wanted a tool where we capture the magic of what it's like to stand in front of a string orchestra, but have that at your fingertips in a digital instrument. And it's obviously completely insane to be doing yet another string library. I mean, there's probably hundreds on the market. And so why would we do this again? You know, strings are so hard to get right when it comes to recording them live. I mean, we're talking about this beautiful kind of controlled chaos. There isn't, for me, one workhorse library that kind of brings every piece of the puzzle together, but that's literally what we're doing, kind of attempting the impossible. A lot of the time, you know, the longest note might last at most between 8 and 10 seconds. So we've decided to make this library loop-free. And so you are getting full performances. Every long note is a performance. And each of those long performances are upbow, downbow, and we're recording true divisi. And the last part is to make sure that the expressivity is, you have as many pixels as possible. We're recording 5 dynamic layers, which is insane. I mean, we're talking about hundreds of hours of recording. It's so complex. I've always been fascinated by this kind of interplay of energy between conductor and orchestra. When you initiate a sound with a gesture, the sound comes back to you and you respond, and it creates this beautiful flow. There's someone there making eye contact and giving a unified intention to that sound. I wanted to just bring that to these recordings. Hendrik, my dear friend at Orchestral Tools, was open to this crazy idea of why not go down the road of actually capturing as much of those parameters as you can, and then translate that in the form of a digital instrument. And we're giving people so much control over things that haven't really been attempted before. And I just want this library to feel like you're sitting in front of musicians the whole time. I don't think you can ever fully recreate the magic of a live string orchestra, and I'm excited by that. There will always be live recordings of orchestras. But I guess what we're trying to do here is to get as close as we possibly can to the emotional magic of what it is to have a string orchestra play a piece of music for the very first time. What I'm hoping is that the minute you load a patch, you will just want to play. And I'm hoping it will just bring people's creativity to a whole other level.